You said what?
Chilling.
Yep. Got my car fixed today. Made some money today, so I'm about to get fucked up tonight. And it's my school homecoming too. Turn up. So your boy Drake got in some controversy.
Oh,
You said what?
so I heard.
Yeah. Nigga dissing Making the Stallion and he's dissing every married guy and shit like that. I'm just like,
Oh boy,
here you go.
it's Drake. What you expect?
That's your boy.
That's your boy.
That's your boy.
That's your boy.
He ain't my boy. Shit.
That's your boy. I don't listen to him like that. That's your boy.
Yo, I don't listen like that either. Shit.
That's your boy.
Well, I guess we're both disowning him, I guess. Shit.
That's you.
You got some good rest last night?
Yep. After that boring review, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Like, this nigga's legitly snoring and shit.
Right? I was tired of shit.
Uh, I bet you if you just watch one episode, that
I'll
shit
put me to
would.
sleep even more. You know? Like, what is this? What is this?
Sam said that Rocco's Modern Life was fire.
Okay.
Don't worry, Martin's gonna be like 2 weeks.
Thank God.
Sam said I got an Aaliyah shirt today. That's what's up.
Nice.
Oh wow, I never knew Malik Yoba was in an episode of That's So Raven. Oh wow.
Wow.
Speaking of New York Undercover, I'm halfway done recording the fourth season and shit.
Which one?
New York Undercover, the last season,
Oh, the last one? Oh, God.
just so I can have it for my collection.
Shit. I'll skip it. Like it never happened. But we never had a season 4. That never happened.
So the show just ended with Eddie dying, I guess.
Yep. Basically. You know.
Trust me, I watched some of the fourth season. I was like, this shit is just trash.
God. Wasting money.
Okay, I'm gonna start this review in about 10 o'clock. I'm
Yeah.
just about to do some. Sam said triple fat goose or Dapper Dan's. Oh, I gotta go with Dapper Dan's, bro.
Triple Fat Goose. We were too broke for Dapper Dan. I gotta go with what I know. Dapper Dan is an expensive motherfucker.
I only picked Dapper Dan because I don't even know about that other one and shit.
You don't know about Triple Fat Goose? I
Nah,
had two of them. I had two of them back in the day. It's a winter coat. Like they used to make winter coats like Goose Downs, and that was like a big thing. And people getting robbed for the Triple Fat Goose back then. Either you got robbed for your 8 ball jacket or your Sherlin
oh
coat
well,
or your Triple Fat Goose.
got you.
I had two of them shits, man. I missed them shit. I know they came back, but it ain't the same. They changed up some shit. They changed up. They changed up, man. Adidas. I don't never rock Wallabies.
Yeah, I gotta go with Adidas too. I'm over here watching That's So Raven and shit. Like, what the fuck?
God, what you doing?
Nigga, I was watching Martin all day. I needed like little breaks.
Jesus Christ.
You
That's
don't like
that's
that?
ghost. I wasn't into Wallabies like that.
I'm so happy about my next week's schedule. I got 3 days off and shit.
I hope it's good.
I'm talking about my work schedule. I got three
Oh,
days
your
off.
schedule? Oh,
But yeah, the schedule's gonna be good next week.
that's what's up. Fubu? I don't rock Fubu either. Never bought it.
That LL shit right there,
Yeah,
boy.
wasn't into that.
Oh, shout out to my boy Philip Tucker and stuff like that. From he be watching our channel. He said he wants to join us for the Martin review and shit.
Oh boy. Okay, that's gonna be good.
Yes, sir.
Cristal on Henny. I only had Henny, so Henny for me.
I'm gonna go with Henny. I never actually never had Cristal, honestly.
Yeah, never had that shit.
I'm not that rich yet. What are you watching?
Smackdown,
Oh, got you.
margarita or soda. I don't drink soda, and I don't have margaritas either.
I'm gonna go with soda 'cause I'm not a big margarita fan like that. That's that
What kind of
suburban white
stupid
people.
questions you asking this? Yo, you asking the stupid questions right now. You know what I'm saying? Where that clip at?
Hold on.
Margarita or soda. Like who drinks that shit?
Y'all funny tonight, man. I'm already on the Hennessy
This
right
is
now,
how we
y'all.
starting off the Jay Z review with stupid questions.
I didn't even take no notes for this review, honestly. What about you?
We don't care what you drink. If you asking us a question, it's like it's a stupid question. Yeah, I wrote some shit down for it. You drink margaritas, but you got no light. I don't get that. Buy a light bulb first before you buy a drink.
Uh, what up, Cruz? What up, my boy?
What up?
What up? Let's see. What can I watch while I do this review? I might go get some water before I do this shit. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, what is good for you? Not soda.
Yeah, water is good. Water, green tea, y'all stay away from soda.
Right. Okay, so what y'all bumping today? Man, albums came out today. Drake and 21 Savage, Boldy James dropped a new album. Who else? Ninth Wonder got an instrumental album out. Tech from Smith and Wesson, Bishop Nehru, Aguilar dropped a new project. Mad shit came out today. Federal Star dropped a new album. Wakanda Forever soundtrack is out. Just a Law dropped a new album. And 8 or 9 new albums out right now. Okay. Keith Sweat. I can only bump the classic Keith Sweat stuff though. Not anything past 98. Dog Father Unreleased. I don't think I've heard those from that album. And he had a shitload of songs from that album. Yeah, Nobody was great. Great ballad. It's like becoming a signature song now.
I am back. Y'all miss me?
What took so long?
Now I gotta make my tea.
And you was the one that told me you want to get off by 10:45. It's 10:05 right now.
Yeah, I know. We can still finish up this review by 10:45.
We will not be finished at 10:45.
Yeah, we can still finish it as long as
This is going to be finished at 12 o'clock.
Hell no! I'm about to go to this party, man. I ain't doing this all day. Fuck is my henny at? What the fuck? Fuck it. I'm ready to start whenever y'all are.
Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely day? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
No.
And today is going to be a re-review. I've reviewed this album years ago, but the anniversary is actually today. And we're going to talk about Jay-Z's second album, In My Lifetime, Volume 1.
Yes, yes.
Came out 25 years ago today on Rockefeller and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yes. Seems
saying?
like yesterday.
You said what?
Seems like it just came out yesterday. 25 years of greatness.
Right. Okay. Singles album is known for Always Be My Sunshine, City Is Mine, Wishing on a Star, um, and the Who You With too. But at
Yep.
but at the same time, actually it's the first Who You With that was on the Sprung soundtrack, but the Who You With too also got some radio play as well too.
Yep.
Um, Guest appearances include Ron, Amen, Ron Lawrence, Big Jazz, DJ Premier, Buckwild, D Dot, Anthony Dent, Nashi Merritt, Paul Cantone, Teddy Riley, Ski, Stevie J, Prestige, and Sean
Rest
Puffy
in peace,
Combs.
Big, yo. I love that he got the picture with Big in the inside joint. That was fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big passed that torch to him.
Yes, yes. And it also, Puffy executive produces album too, pretty
Oh,
much.
shit. He didn't have nothing to do with it. This album was all Jay-Z. Let's not
You
give
said
Puffy
what?
no credit for this album.
I'm not giving Puffy no credit. I'm just stating the facts. Shit.
He had shit to do with it. This is all Dame and Jay. I don't know why they put Puff's name on this shit.
Puff was cool. Puff was cool with Jay and shit.
Well,
Yeah, man. Guest appearances include, excuse me, Puff Daddy and Lil Kim, Babyface and Foxy Brown, Sauce Money, Too Short, and that's it. Yeah, that's all they guess. Oh, Blackstreet, I forgot. All right,
you
so
got most of the videos on the Streets is Watching movie.
yes, yes. I also got the
Yes,
soundtrack for that shit too.
yes. I need the soundtrack for that.
I feel you. All
Mm-hmm.
righty.
Eric, if you listening,
All right. I'm gonna let you give your experiences on where were you when you first heard this album and shit.
it was I. Um, 97. I mean, I wasn't a huge Jay Z fan when he first came out. That's the crazy thing. Like I knew of him, and we all knew Dead Presidents, and you know Can Knock the Hustle. You know, I Can't Get With That in my lifetime. Knew all those joints, but I didn't rush out to get Reasonable Doubt. I just feel like yeah, it was dope. I was more into Nas when Nas came out in um like 97. I remember hearing Streets is Watching, they were playing in the watching the Sunshine video. I'm like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
And thought it was dope. What I'm saying? Again, I wasn't a huge Jay Z fan at that point. Like I didn't really become a fan of his until '98 when he came out with Volume Two. That's when I became a real fan of his. Like first two albums are like, they dope. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't like rushing out the bottom shits like that. And just like it was I was liking the joints I was hearing, like Streets was Watching, and then for Christmas, I want to say Christmas '97. I think Streets is Watching came out on home video, and that was like one of the presents I got like on VHS. Like one of the last VHS tapes I got back then. Getting that, and people talking about it, and I had the poster. I actually had the poster for the album. I had a homegirl that she was into Jay, and she had like a bunch of like volume one posters, and she had gave me one of those. Like when he's wearing like a Adidas tracksuit in the projects.
Yeah.
So I had the album poster for this album, and I think that's when they were really like radio was really like embracing them. I remember like Hot 97 played Streets is Watching every day. That joint and where I'm from. and watching the mini film, I'm like, yo, like, this is. I like the fact that he was like making videos for like different album cuts on the drink, and nobody was doing that. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
was like King Master P at that time that was doing that shit, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really become like a fan of his till like '98. '98 came, and then it was like a rap. Like once Hard Knock Life came out, it was like everybody knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother knew who he was. You had people's grandparents that knew who he was and shit with that Annie sample. You know what I'm saying? Like before then, they didn't know who he was until the Andy sample came out, and then it was like everybody knew who he was. He just blew up with Volume Two. But this is like when he was still in. He was just like a rapper. He was still unknown to like mainstream America, and
Yeah.
we knew who he was. Like he was dropping like the underground joints, and then he just took off in '98. But I've always felt like this album was underrated. Like for me, it's his most underrated. Like I don't think you have any other
Same.
album that's underrated like this. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, people slept on it, or they don't mention it, or they think about the Sunshine. I'm like, Sunshine is one fucking
He,
song. It's got like 15, 14 joints on here. You know what I'm saying? It's like an album won't get ruined by one video. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's always been my favorite. One of my favorites from like top five for me. Like top five J albums. It's always been one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? And this is like the first time I'm talking about this album. I never like talked about it before, and you know I think for people that if they slept on it, or they don't uh they don't like it, they need to go back and listen to it, because it's definitely a solid album, and the beginning of his trilogy. Like his best trilogy is In My Lifetime, not Blueprint. Like, he only got one great album in that Blueprint trilogy. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is like the beginning, and then we see like the evolution of him as an artist from Volume One to Volume Three, and how he changed the rap game, and how he got bigger with every album from '98 up until now. You know what I'm saying? And this was like, I could appreciate this one because this was like before the fame Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like still Marcy Projects Jay. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my introduction to that.
that's a dope story, bro. That's a dope story. All right. Now my introduction, to this album pretty much. I just listened to a discography, and I really heard this album after I heard Reasonable Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But like you guys should know, I was no, I was still young. I wasn't really. I was 1 year old when Reasonable dropped. Like being 1 year old when Reasonable Drop came out. So of course, I wasn't listening to this as a baby, of course. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying. I do feel like when I first reviewed this album, I pretty much said like this was really his most slept on record,
Yeah.
and I still to this day kind of agree with that. My sentiments never really changed. If that makes sense. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it's a very, very, very unique album because it was just like this was just the bridge between Marcy J and Jigga Jay Z and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me.
Right.
So, and the reason why I kind of wanted to redo this review was because like he recently done an interview where he was pretty much like saying how this album still haunts him because of the fact that Biggie died and stuff like that
Right.
too.
Right. Same
And
year.
yeah, and he pretty much just like disowned this album to say the least.
Right.
Which, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't disown Blueprint too. That's another story for a different day. That's
Exactly. Right. The song Blueprint 3 or Kingdom Come
but he did say Kingdom
or
Come was his
Magna
worst album.
Carta. Jesus Christ.
He did say Kingdom Come was his worst album.
Magna Carta is worse than Kingdom Come. So he must have
Blueprint
been
Three
high
is
off
worse than
crack or something.
Blueprint Three is
Magna
worse than
Carta
Kingdom.
is worse than Kingdom Come.
Yeah, man. But honestly, I definitely wanted to do this review, re-review with you and stuff like that. And I'll mind you, because I never really done a lot of reviews this year, so
Right.
it doesn't hurt right now and stuff too. You already showed the booklet, right?
Yes. Booklet.
Alrighty.
Booklet just basically him in the projects with like the kids and shit. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
That's
Gotta
like
keep it hood.
one of the promotional posters they had or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Yeah, man. So this album has 14 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one is the intro slash a million and one questions slash rhyme no more. That's a nice intro. So yeah, this was a pretty good. This was pretty good way to start off the album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It definitely left off where Reasonable Doubt left off. And stuff like that too. Of course, Jay-Z rapping over the Aaliyah track. The one in a million sample. Rest in peace, Aaliyah, by the way. But to me, the best, I love the rhyme no more. The rhyme no more beat and stuff like that.
Right.
Motherfuckers can't rhyme no more, or crime no more. I was like, yo, this shit right here though,
Yes.
fire, fire. And niggas don't even mention that rhyme no more. Like it's always your million and one questions and stuff like that too. But you know, I fuck with it. I feel like this is a nice way to kick off the album and stuff like that. So I love it.
I love the intro of Pain in the Ass, because we know him from the first album, you know what I'm saying? And I was like his boy at the time. And everywhere he go, you would have, Pain in the Ass there with him. And I remember now there's another version for this song where it don't have the
Yeah,
beat switch. And that's the version that they played first. That was the one that Wendy Williams would play when she was on the air because he mentioned her name. And you know how she would, dish her rumors about Jay and Puffy and them, and she would play that on her show. So the original version without the beat switch, that's the one that they were playing first, and then when the album came out, they played this they played this version. But I like both of them, and again, it's Premier at his best with this joint. The joints, the shit that Jay was saying, nice watch. Do you really have a spot like you said in front of foe? And if so, what block? What you doing in LA with Filipinos and essays, Latinos and Chevys down by Pico Federico? I'll answer all your questions, but then y'all got to go. But the question I ask you is how bad you want to know. So, he was taking shots at Wendy. He mentioned Wendy in one of the verses and taking, the media asking him shit. And I loved it, man. It was a great way to start the album off. And that's a great primo beat.
yes, I agree with you. That might be one of my favorite primo beats he's ever done with Jay, in
Yeah.
my opinion, too. Track number two, "The City Is Mine" featuring Blackstreet. Um, when I first heard this track, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care for it and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was a bit too glossy and shit like that. But over the years, I've kind of came to appreciate it. It's not. I got why he did this and stuff like that. It was like his way of paying homage to Big, or him saying like, he's gonna have New York on lock and stuff like that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love the sample. It's a popular '80s sample and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should know it by the top of your head. So, yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. This was
Isn't that Glenn Fry?
yes,
Yeah. You belong to the city. That joint.
yep.
Um, it was okay. I never really cared for it though. I mean, that don't even sound like Blackstreet on the song. Like they're singing
It
on the
don't.
chorus.
Yeah,
It
with
don't sound like
Blackstreet.
Blackstreet. It's just featuring Blackstreet. I'm like, where's Chauncey vocals at? Where at this point, what lineup was it? Because we know they went through like several lineup changes. Is Mark a part of the group, or was it Dave was a comeback in the group? Like what lineup was Blackstreet? In '97, what the lineup they had? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
this
Because
was
I'm not hearing them. I'm hearing somebody sing on the chorus, but it don't sound like Teddy. It don't sound like Chauncey. You know what I'm saying?
well. Mm, honestly, well, this was No Limit. I mean, no, damn it, Another Level. I was going to say
No
No Limit.
diggity.
Yeah. So this was like
They're in the
Teddy.
video, right? They're in the video. but I you don't hear them on the song like they're you know when you hear Chauncey vocals, it's Chauncey. I don't hear him on the song, or
Right?
Mark or Eric. I don't hear them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what version of Blackstreet was this in '97? You know what I'm saying?
Well, well, yeah, man. But you know, when it comes to some of these artists and stuff like that, sometimes, like for example, Will Smith with the Wild Wild West song, that was pretty much just Cisco, but they still labeled Drew
True
Hill
Hill.
as a featured
Right,
guest and stuff like that too. So,
right.
and mind you, Teddy Riley did do the beat, so he might. It probably might be like Teddy or Mark because I don't hear. I never heard Chauncey's vocals on this track too, so they might have had like the two members, and they still stuck the name Blackstreet, so everyone can get some money and stuff too. But
You know, in the video, the video for this and for Sunshine is not a part of the mini film. So that was like the only two tracks where he did the video, and they would just play it for like Rap City. It wasn't a part of the mini movie. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Rappaport is in the video, like he plays like a detective.
yeah,
Um, I think Jay was playing like the suspect or something, and like
yep.
he was in the precinct, and then he ended up walking out at the end of it. Well, they thought it wasn't him, and then they realized at the end that it was him that they were searching for, and he ended up like walking out of the precinct, but he was like in disguise or some shit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's okay. It's actually not one of my favorites on this album though.
Understandable, and yeah, this is a song I have to be in the right mood to listen to it myself. So
Right.
I get what you're saying. Oh, a little some trivia. You had a young Chad Hugo from the Neptunes play saxophone on this track too. So
Oh, that was him.
that was him.
Yeah, because Neptunes was discovered by Teddy Riley, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that was back when they were actually good and shit. But
There you go. There you go.
well,
These niggas is multi-millionaires, and you're still disrespecting me.
I don't give a fuck if he was a billionaire and shit. I don't give a fuck. I feel like they were better at a specific time. They were better at a specific time and
They
shit.
wasn't even known back then. So how were they better back then? And they wasn't even known like that.
So shit.
Man.
All right. Track number 3. I know what girls like featuring Puff Daddy and Lil Kim. I never liked this song then, and I
Don't like it.
still don't like the song now.
They don't like it. He definitely wasn't needed on here. Jay has done stuff with Kim. I wouldn't have mind Kim, but Puffy wasn't needed. Don't like the song.
Exactly. Like I don't even like the original sample and shit like that. To the,
Yeah.
I know what I don't even like this song and
Nope.
stuff too, but they have to get that that radio hit and stuff
Right.
like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
The
I
thing
do.
is, I don't remember ever hearing this song on the radio back then. So it was like it was a radio friendly joint, and the radio wasn't playing it. They were playing Streets is
Mm,
Watching. They were playing Always Be My Sunshine. They were playing Where I'm From. They wasn't playing this.
and that's a good
You know
thing,
what I'm saying? I'm like the irony is like they made it. They tried to make a radio joint, and radio wasn't even playing it.
right? But I do admit though, re-listen to this song, I do like the beat. I actually do like that fucking beat.
No, not for me. That they could have left that off the album.
It fits more with Puffy's No Way Out.
I would have skipped it on that album too. You know,
All right. All right. Next track, Imaginary Players. Now this is more like it.
that's my
This is
joint right
more
here.
like
Yeah,
it. This track, you have Jay talking about, how motherfuckers, try to live that player lifestyle and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Once they get some fame. He actually do some shots at Mace. He actually do some shots at Mace with this track too. You know what I'm saying? He has heard me tell
right.
the story plenty of times before. You know what I'm saying? He said some shit like, and now you got these young cats acting like they slung caps, all in their dumb raps talking about how they fun stack. When I see them in the street, I don't see none of that. Damn, Playboy, what the fuck the Hummer at? What's all the ice with the platinum under that? Those Rolex diamonds, what the fuck you done to
The
that?
fuck you done to that?
Just yeah, man. And yeah, Mace actually talked about this in an interview, and he pretty much said that the beef kind of started with the girl and stuff like
Mm,
that too, because Jay was dating some girl, and Mace would, Mace, he had a reputation of being a side nigga. and
Right.
shit like that too. So that's how that pretty much
That
came all
that was
together.
on
So,
the Gilly the Kid podcast. He talked about it.
yeah.
Yeah. That was like, I mean, and I mean that wasn't like a big beef at that time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Jay and Nas. Like that was a big beef. Like the Mason J thing wasn't huge. You know?
Now, and mind you, Mace had that song "Jealous Guy," where he's pretty
Right.
much bragging about being a side nigga. And look what happened after that song. I'll wait.
Right. Right. You
Nigga
know,
became a preacher and shit.
this has always been one of my favorite. Might be my favorite joint on here. I love the Angela Winbush sample and really smooth
Yes.
track. The video is part of the movie. He's like rocking the iceberg goofy sweater and shit. I'm like, man, that's a classic record, man. I loved it.
Yeah, very dope record and shit like that. I love the beat. I love everything about that fucking record and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and pretty much, it's crazy too because there was an interview, where I think Renee and Angela was talking about how a fan came up to them on the song talking about they didn't know that they did work with Jay-Z and stuff like that too. They just pretty
Mhm.
much sampled the fucking track and shit
Yeah,
too. So
basically.
yeah, you know how that shit goes.
But
Hmm.
that was a dope sample though.
Exactly. I even love the original song too.
Yeah, the original song was good.
And yeah, Bad Boy, they definitely did a lot of Angela. Like around that time, Angela Winbush was being sampled a lot.
Mhm.
Trackmasters, Hitman was doing like a lot of samples on them too. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. She was on a Bad Boy remix too.
All right.
The Isley Brothers.
Yeah. Yes.
You know,
Yeah, man. Check out that Street Call Desire review we did. I think last year or the year before.
that was great.
Excuse me. All right. So very great. All right. Next track, Streets is Watching. This was like one of the most harder tracks on this fucking one of the harder tracks off this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Dope sample. It uses Labby the Labby. I don't even know if I'm gonna fuck his last name up, but the I got the sample which that was also used for Eminem's "My Name Is" and stuff like that too. Um, Also, a little trivia about this track too. This was the only track that Jay was able to show Biggie when he was still alive and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie loved it. He made Jay play it like 30 times and stuff like that too. So yeah, that's very interesting. But
Man,
back to the
imagine
song
Big on that
itself,
joint. That would have been crazy.
yo,
Wow.
yeah. But back to the song itself, fucking fire track in my opinion, and stuff like that too. It's not really one of my favorites off this album compared to another track off here. Stay tuned, but this one shows Jay at his best when it came to the wordplay and everything like that. So I'll give this one, 4 out of 5.
I love this joint. I love the beat. It's a hard track. The horns. It sounds like some like detective type of theme song, like for Barnaby Jones or some shit. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Some Columbo type of shit. Yeah, I like that horn loop for it and the bass line and if I shoot you, you're famous. If you shoot me, what do you say? If I shoot you, you're famous. But if you shoot me, you're some shit. I forgot the fucking line, but um that shit was cloud. And then like when they're going into like the video and they the video where he's like going into like the Timberland shop and he's like picking out like stacks of fucking Tims and telling the dude like, yo, I want this. Gave him the money, and then like the dude come out with like the whole like the box of Tims and shit, and he's like walking out with it to his car. I'm like, yo, that was just great. Like the video is also part of the mini film, and like I said, like they were playing like like when Angie Martinez was on and she had her show in the afternoon. Every day she was playing this joint. Like this was like before the video ever came out. Like they were playing this joint on the radio every day. Like they wasn't playing like Sunshine. They played because it was Foxy was on there and Babyface, but they played Streets is Watching more. Like that and Where I'm From was like probably the most to play joints on the album. from volume one.
That was back when the radio actually played good shit.
Right. When we're still bumping the radio back then in the 90s.
Right. Alrighty, all right. Where we at right now? Track number 6, Friend of Foe 98. This was a pretty good record right here. This is actually continuing off the original Friend of Foe from 1996, aka Reasonable Doubt, and stuff like that. Um, this one was pretty good. I like this one right here and shit too. You know what I'm saying? I like the line when he says, "His thoughts is running like a Vulcan. I saw a light bulb when he finally realized who was a culprit. I said, yeah, remember me from Friend of Foe when I told you don't ever come around here no more." I love that fucking line and shit. That was probably Jay-Z at one of his most threatening and shit too. So yeah, very, 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 very dope shit.
A banging Primo beat, man. Like this was fire. I love the storytelling by Jay. The video was fire. I remember the video they did a video at like a motel or like a rundown motel, and they had like like they had like a Jamaican dude like playing the guy he's talking about in the song and shit. And you see like Dame and like Jay had like guns on him and shit when he while he was sleeping in the motel. And he said, I tried to talk sensibly, hoping that eventually you realize I had this locked and it just wasn't meant to be. Plus, I had sympathy, and we all bought Tims with your keys, or we all bought rims with your keys, and it was an afterthought that maybe would try to avenge me. So I love this flow on that. Again, it was just a hard track by Primo. Primo always gave him hard shit. I don't. There's no song that Primo gave him that was whack. He always gave him some hard shit, man. And this is like a classic joint.
I agree, man. I wish they would have done some more shit together, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if Nas and Primo can reunite, then Jay and Primo can reunite.
Right. But he got stuck. He got
Oh shit.
like comfortable using the Neptunes and Timberland and Swiss Beats all the time, and after a while, it was like it wasn't working.
Yeah,
You know.
speaking of Nas, I forgot King's Disease 3 comes out next week and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. You definitely got comfortable with Blaze and Neptune. I mean,
Yeah. Too
hell, you can
much.
even say now,
Use them too.
right? You can even say like Post, maybe Blueprint 3, he's stuck with no ID and shit too, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
all right. Track number 7, Lucky Me. This was a pretty good track right here and stuff like that. It's what I call this track. It's pretty much this his version of people say people are looking at him like, oh, he got it like that, but he deep down he's like saying like he's just struggling. He's human like the rest of us and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely love this fucking track. Lil Wayne, he actually said that this was actually his favorite Jay-Z track. And I think he has some of the lyrics as a tattoo and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's like one of the main reasons why I wanted to check out this song too. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I like the beat. It was cool.
got you. All right. Next track we got Always Be My Sunshine with Babyface and Foxy Brown. I love Babyface. I love Foxy, but I hate this fucking song. I've always hated this fucking song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like I got what they were trying to do, but at the same time, it was just like no. And then the video too. What? No, Jay. What are you doing? Not one of my favorites indeed. Nah.
I like it. I like the old school beat, the sample, Babyface. Babyface. Remember, this is the time when Babyface wasn't doing rap songs. You could kind of one hand how many like rap songs he'd been a part of. Like he wasn't lending his features to every rap artist. He didn't care how big they was. And this is like one of the early ones where he was actually, featured on a rap song. And Foxy killed it. Again, like I always thought Foxy and Jay had great chemistry, just like Jay and Primo. And it's a shame Foxy and Jay never did an album together. That would have sold. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was a dope song. The video is like it's Hype Williams. Hype Williams did he was bigger than life at that time. He was the best director out there doing videos for Buster and Missy and everybody. So I don't people talk about the video now. I'm like, that was hype. He was colorful. You look at Belly, Belly was colorful. That's all Hype Williams. You know what I'm saying? So the video to me didn't have nothing to do with the song. I just thought the song was dope, but people don't like it and they remember the Green Blaze I didn't care for without Jay was rocking, but that was hype, man. That's all Hype Williams, ideas and shit.
Definitely. Yeah, man. But Hype Williams, like I said, I like Hype Williams is my favorite director when it comes to hip hop videos and shit too. But he did have some videos I was kind of like, I could have done without and shit like that. But
Hype. I mean, that's all it was about. It was about rap being mainstream as fuck and being shiny, suit era, and glossy. That's what it was. That's what they were doing.
exactly
When you look back at it now, it might be cheesy, but that's what it was back then.
true. Yeah, man. Other than that, man, next track we got is "Who You With Too." Believe it or not, this is actually my favorite song off this album. You know what I'm saying? Um, I like the sprung version. Don't get me, I like the sprung version too, but this one is basically the sprung version, but with an extra verse and extra lines and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? First of all, that beat that dun 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 dun, and then one of the best fucking intro lines. I love bitches, thug bitches, shop bitches, wealth bitches. Don't matter, you my bitches, gold diggers. With your eyes are my riches. Can't knock the hustle for real. It's type. It's alright, bitches. Like this was like braggadocio J at its finest and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
like the Jeff Lobo fusion sample that they used was unique, and also in my opinion, the one of Ski's best beats he's ever done for Jay, in my personal
Yeah.
opinion, and stuff like that too. That's another producer I wished he would reunite with, but good
Oh,
luck on
Ski.
that shit. Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Ski
Yeah,
Ski's very
it's
underrated and shit.
definitely. Yeah, it was great. It was a great track. Love this the sprung version, and then he does part two, and definitely a classic record.
Definitely. All right, man. Next track. After that, we got Face Off featuring Sauce Money. Um, this one was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pretty good and stuff like that. The beats, it was a pretty good beat too. Like, not one of my not one thing I would expect, and stuff like especially coming from track masters and stuff. But I still say it's a pretty standard song and stuff too. I fuck with it.
I love it. I love the mic chemistry and the back and forth with Source Money and Jay, and they did that. They did that even for Source Money's album for Middle Finger You. They had joints where they were like going back and forth, and
Right.
Trackmaster's beat was fire. I love the sample. I forgot the original group that did that joint. The sample was dope. The chorus, this goes out to my Brooklyn crew. Put your guns up in the air if you feel me. Fuck them all day, fuck them all night. We don't love these hoes. I love the chorus. Jay killed it. Look, I done came up, tore the whole game up. Meet me in the square with one in the chamber. The video was dope. The video is on the mini film, and they're like at like a little nightclub spot with like some half naked chicks, and just they're giving them like dollars and shit. And you got chicks lap dancing. The video was dope.
Definitely. Yeah, man. It's been years since I've seen that video too and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's X rated, so that's why they put it on the mini film.
Ah, all right. Check number 11, Real Niggas featuring Too Short. That's a very, very, very dope track right there. Too Short at that time was in a quasi retirement, but he was still doing feature songs and stuff like that too. I say
Right.
quasi retirement because he technically he pulled a Jay-Z before he pulled a Jay-Z. Like he said, the Getting It album was supposed to be his last album, but 3 years later he came out with the very underrated. Can't Stay
Right.
Away, which I need to get my hands on that album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. This one right here was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like Short Dog did thing the best with this one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I felt like over the years he definitely stepped his pen game up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that's a
On
little
the
story
road
for
to riches and diamond rings. Real niggas do
yes.
real things. How many people use that line? You know, Snoop used it, Biggie used it, Big used it.
Hmm.
A lot of people use that joint. You know what I mean? This was a great collab with Too Short. You know, you got Jay saying in front of your building clocking, thought I was making a killing right in front of your children. It was ball in my side pocket. I love the joint. The beat was dope. It was fire. Really solid collab.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Um, Next track, Rap Game, Crack Game. Oh man, this is probably the most slept on track off this album. I don't hear no one
Yeah,
mention this fucking track. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? First of all, he had to use Nas's voice again and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, he sampled his voice for Represent and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But besides
he
the point,
sampled him for the, he sampled a lot of Nas with Dead Presidents with this
mhm,
song. He did a lot of sampling from Nas and for a dude that you went to war with.
mind you, MC Search owned the publishing to Illmatic and shit
Right.
too. So
Right.
yeah, man, that's crazy. But anyway, what was I about to say? Yeah, this was a pretty dope. He's pretty much comparing the rap game to the crack game and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know in today's culture, it's not really going to be groundbreaking the subject matter, but at that time,
Right.
it was pretty like different and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Jay definitely did his thing on this record and stuff too. The beat was made by Jazzo. Jazzo did the beat that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bet in unpopular opinion, I've always felt he was a better producer, especially around this time and shit.
Right.
My favorite beat was when he did Group Homes 2000. That oh my god, I needed my hands on that record and shit.
Out of here.
You know,
The whole album or just that song?
you said what?
That's the album that they had the stupid motherfuckers joint?
You talking about Group Home?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, he only did 2000. He only did that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a dope beat by Jazzo. It was really unorthodox, the scratching. The Nas sample. I believe that was from Represent.
yeah,
You had Jay saying, hit a rapper with consignment, let him know what's at stake. Put his ass in the studio, let him cook up a cake. When it's hot, bring the money spot in every state. The mama pops is the gate. Love the joint. It's definitely underrated record on here.
yeah. I definitely agree with you about that. All right, track number 13, Where I'm From. Again, if it wasn't for Who You're With Too, this might be actually my favorite track on this album and stuff
Right.
like that. First of all, again, that's another popular sample that's been used and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Dirty Money used that. Diddy's group Dirty Money use that sample.
Yes, they use that for the Angels joint, the with Biggie.
Okay, yeah,
Biggie was on there.
yeah, that's why it sounded so familiar and
Yeah.
stuff like that too.
And Fat
Like,
Joe. They used it on his first album.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, with this track right here, it's pretty much just an ode to Marcy and stuff like that. Just giving the listener a grim look about where he grew up at and how shit wasn't always nice with Marcy and stuff too. So I actually fuck with the joint right here. This one's a pretty underrated record.
This joint, he still performed this joint. This like the only joint really from this album that he still performs to this day in concert because it's that iconic and people love it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like this joint and Streets is watching, they played those two joints the most from this album when it came to radio. Like they wasn't playing a lot. The other joints were like album cuts, but these two joints, the radio was playing this like every day. You know what I'm saying? And beat is real hard, it's eerie. You got Jay saying, I'm from where niggas pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, where the drugs
Ooh,
are involved. thugs are at odds and each other's throats for the love of foreign cars. And we used to have those same discussions back in the day at school, whether we at in the back of the class or in the schoolyard, or if you at work at the water cooler, and you're having these conversations that we having on here now. Who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay Z, and Nas? You know what I'm saying? We had those conversations before the Jay Z and Nas battle. I used to, I'm saying, debate with my niggas like, yo, Nas is better than Jay Z lyrically. You know what I'm saying? But Jay Z got
Yeah,
the big mainstream hits compared to Nas. You know what I'm saying? So then we was doing this shit like 98, 99 before, 2001 came and 2000, 2001, and it was all about Nas versus Jay-Z. We was way ahead of that time. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the discussions you would have when like an album like Ready to Die will come out, and we in the back of the class, and we like, yo, what's gonna be the next video from Ready to Die? You should do a video for Machine Gun Funk. You should do a video for Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And it was
right.
like that's the classic albums that we talked about. The motherfuckers talk about classic albums today. It ain't the same like back in the day. When you actually discussing this shit in the classroom or you on your block discussing this shit, it's a different period. You know what I'm saying? That's timeless music.
For real though. Yeah, man. And that who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay Z, or Nas? That's so fucking prophetic and shit like that in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because it just even shows that despite like their rivalry brewing up, Jay Z had a lot of respect for Nas as an MC. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the last track off this album, "You Must Love Me." Now, I think when I did this review, this was originally my favorite song off this album, but
Yeah.
times have changed and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not saying that this is a bad record by any means and stuff, but I definitely feel like it's probably the most personal Jay Z has ever gotten. You know what I'm saying? With this track right here, he's talking about how he shot his brother and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope song right here. This shit too. I love the beat. I loved how those early Jay records, he always ended off the albums with like a serious kind of track and stuff like that
Mhm.
too.
Right.
Reasonable Doubt, it was the regrets, it was regrets and stuff, which that's actually my favorite track, even to this day, off Reasonable Doubt. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely love that fucking record.
And he talked about selling crack and having his mom have to bail him out of jail, and she was disappointed in him. And I love the beat. You got like a girl talking at the start of the track. You got church bells going off. Kelly Price is on the chorus, great singer.
Yeah,
And he says, all you did was motivate me. Don't let him hold you back. What I do, I turned around and I sold you crack. I was a bastard for that. Still, I'm drowning in shame. Just remember one thing now: you're not to blame. So he's talking to his mom in that first verse about what he did and how he was ashamed of doing it. And he also talked about that in his book for Decoded. How he was selling crack on in the projects and all that. And I thought it was a great song. The video, there's also a video for this on the mini film, and he's like I
yeah, I
believe
saw
he
that
was in
shit.
how
Yeah, I remember that shit too.
yeah, he was in the church, and he was like it's almost like he was confessing his sins when he was up in the church or whatever. And you got Kelly Price, and then it was a great way to end the album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Don't mind me, I'm just getting ready for this fucking party and shit. But overall, this is actually probably my fourth favorite J album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like this album, it definitely gets highly slept on. I've always felt like it gets highly slept on
Yeah,
and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Volume Two, that was like his breakthrough album and stuff too. But this was like probably the last album where you would hear like the original Rockefeller sound. And when I mean the original Rockefeller sound, I mean specifically motherfuckers that songs that was done by motherfuckers like Clark Kent Ski and stuff like that too. I mean, you still had a little bit of that when we came to Volume Two, but Volume Two, that was when he was working with hella niggas like Tim and
yeah.
Swiss Beats and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I definitely fucking love this fucking record. this still gets a 4.5. If it was for two songs, it would be a classic in my opinion.
I think it's a great album. It gave us a great trilogy, and this is the beginning of it. And having minimal features. Not every song had features compared to like Volume 2 had a lot of features to me. You
Oh my
know,
god.
but Volume 1 was he held it down on his own mostly. It was great production, great songs, the rhymes. A lot of bangers. Where I'm from, and Streets is watching, A Million and One Questions, Imaginary Player, Friend of 498. There's a lot of great bangers on this album, and I love the fact that he did a mini film to accompany the album and give like the fans like some visuals for the album cuts that they like as well. And it to me, like I said, it's his most underrated in his discography. It's definitely my top five Jay Z in top five Jay Z album. I'm giving it 4.5 marks, with the exception of it would have been a classic if it wasn't for I know what girls like, but I like the Sunshine song. I thought it was dope. I don't care about the video. People don't like the video, whatever. I thought the song was dope, so it's definitely 4.5 for me. Also, if you got the UK version has the "Wishing on a Star" bonus track,
Yes.
and that was
Yes.
dope as well. And you know, um, I loved it, man. So if you don't got this, you don't got the Streets is watching mini film on DVD, get it. It's I don't I probably it's probably out of print now. I got this. This is the 10th anniversary one. This was like I got this shit like 06, 07. So find it on eBay or Rap Bay, or maybe Amazon has it, because it has like the videos for the other tracks from the album. You know what I'm saying? The soundtrack was good as well, so I loved it, man. It's a great album.
Definitely. All right. Well, we finished up this review at 10:52, so slightly over time. But yo, who's this fucking sex find out biz, man? I don't know who you are, but you getting blocked.
Block that nigga. Some bot.
All right. A few announcements I gotta make. So Sunday at 12, I mean, yeah, midnight, Sunday at midnight, we're gonna do the Outcast double review. That's
Yes.
gonna consist of Aquemini and Idlewild and stuff like that too. I just got my work schedule, so before I go to sleep tonight, probably if this party's bored, I'll text you the schedule and some
Cool.
shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm presuming to text you the next 2 weeks and stuff like that too, because the week after next is gonna be the psychedelic week and stuff
Cool.
like that too.
Looking forward to that
You know
one.
what I'm saying? You said what?
Say I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, psychedelic
Mhm.
rock, hip hop, R&B, anything tripped out.
Yes.
We gonna
Yes.
review that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. As for the DJ stream earlier, I'm gonna try to upload that on Instagram because I didn't like because my battery on my phone was running low because my when my car got looked at today, it went a bit over than
Mhm.
the time I thought it was gonna be done by and stuff like that too. I'm still grateful it's fixed up right now, but
Right.
I took a fucking nap this early. I forgot to charge my phone.
Right.
I barely ate today too and stuff like that too. So
Should eat
yeah,
up, man.
man. So I want to try to upload the DJ mix on Instagram. I'm gonna see if there's any way I can fucking do that shit. You know what I'm
No problem.
saying? But yeah, man. But for those who watch on YouTube, appreciate the love and stuff like that too. I'll try to be more prepared. Um, the next DJ mix. I'm thinking about doing a New Jack Swing mix and shit like that. I'm thinking
Ooh.
about doing that.
Oh, dope. Let
Yeah,
me know.
yeah. I'll let you. I gotta. That might be probably either the end of this month or to next early next month. I just gotta get the playlist ready and shit.
Did
But
they let you? They let you play everything on? They let you play everything on there, right?
yeah.
So you had no problems.
Nah,
Cool.
nah. And shout out to homegirl, shout out to Aisha. I can
Yeah.
finally actually rip the vinyls I have and stuff like that onto my
Yeah.
computer and stuff like that too.
We
I
might
had a
actually have to do the beat battles on Twitch from now on. Like if
yeah,
we wanted to do like a Michael Jackson beat battle, we got to do it on there.
facts.
You know?
I definitely I'll definitely be down for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, appreciate this try as usual. I will see y'all on Sunday.
All
Peace.
right, peace.